Well, another week of the NFL season. Week 10 to be exact. We're already at week 10. We're already in double digits. First up, Raiders-Broncos. I have the Broncos winning this game because of their defense. Geno Smith has not been good this year. He at least looked solid in that Jaguars game, mostly because of Brock Bowers and some Ashton Jeanty as well. But Raiders look solid in that Sunday game against the Jaguars, but now they're going to face a Broncos defense which has one of the best defenses in football. And I don't think they'll have really any problems with this. I mean, the only concern with the Broncos is the Broncos offense, because their offense has not got going, has not had a definitive great performance. Besides that Cowboys game, the Cowboys have a really terrible defense, which is why pretty much they won that game. But I got the Broncos winning this game. Then Falcons-Colts. Drake London and Sauce Gardner will be a must-watch matchup for that game. I have a feeling that this is going to be a great game and definitely the best out of the 9:30 a.m. games, which it better be. But I got the Colts winning this one. Falcons, they can't be trusted at all, especially against a Colts team that even though Daniel Jones threw six turnovers, they're still a good unit with Jonathan Taylor on it. So, yep. Then Giants-Bears, where I have the Bears winning because the Giants don't have their two best playmakers or two best uprising playmakers on the team, which essentially means that the Giants are going to get nowhere in offense, and to help with the fact that their defense is utter dog crap. So I got the Bears winning this one. I think Caleb Williams should have himself a good game, a much-needed good game. And DeAndre Swift and DJ Moore, maybe some Roma Dunze can catch some balls that he didn't do last week, but I think they'll have themselves a great game, so I have Bears winning. Bills versus Dolphins. I mean, do I need to even survey over this matchup? The Bills are going to win this one. Josh Allen is probably going to have his best game of the season right here. James Cook is probably going to run all over him. This is going to be another beatdown, and I will not be surprised. And then we got Ravens versus Vikings. And yes, the Vikings beat the Lions, but Lamar is back. And the offense looked rejuvenated. All right, they scored 28 points, which, okay, might not be the most amount of points, but to be honest with you, they didn't even need to score that many to beat the freaking Dolphins. But I just feel like Lamar being back, this team is just on a whole nother level. They're treating every game as a playoff team. And with a team that has Lamar Jackson at quarterback and Derrick Henry at running back, that's scary. The Ravens are going to be more hungry for a loss than the Vikings, who the Vikings are going to be satisfied after a Lions win. So I have the Ravens winning this game. And then, Browns versus Jets. Like the Browns, like Dylan Gabriel and the Browns should do well after not only a bye week, but the Jets traded their top cornerback and their top defensive lineman. They surely should go well on this game, right? Right? But then again, it'd be the most Browns thing ever for them to lose this game. So, who knows at this point, but I have the Browns winning. Please just start Shedeur later in the season for the love of God, but yeah. I have the Browns winning this game. Then we got Patriots versus Buccaneers, where this should be a fun game. This should be an actual classic, a banger. The Patriots have been white hot. The Buccaneers have been white hot, even though that Detroit lost, but they're coming off a bye week. And Baker Mayfield, before that Detroit game, we're not going to talk about it, but before that Detroit game, Baker Mayfield looked like an MVP. And in that New Orleans game, they did not need to do chicken shit. So now they're back. I think they will be rejuvenated as ever and more hungrier to set a claim and a pace for themselves for the rest of the season. So I have the Buccaneers winning. I think the Patriots will have a good effort here. I think it'll definitely go close. It could go down to the wire, but I have the Buccaneers winning simply because of their offense and Nick Buka. Yep, Buccaneers are going to win. Then we got Saints versus Panthers, where Panthers are going to win. Rico Dowdle. That's all. Rico freaking Dowdle. What a breakout game, man. Like, seriously. That man has been a machine and has single-handedly carried this team to relevancy and actual interest, well, in fantasy football. But that's not the point. The Panthers, I think, will be solid enough to win this, and they'll be 6-4. And besides, if you're going to start a 26-year-old rookie, you're not going to win this game at all. So, yeah. And then Jaguars versus Texans. And let me just say this. The only way this game could get interesting is if the Texans offense actually gets going. But given the fact that Texans are going to start Davis Mills and the Jaguars, I think, had at least a solid offensive unit, I think the Jaguars are going to win this game. If C.J. Stroud started this game, then I would have picked the Texans. And hell, C.J. Stroud played a full game last week and didn't get concussed. I feel like they would have won that Broncos game too, but injuries suck, man. So I have the Jaguars winning that game. Then Cardinals versus Seahawks. I have the Seahawks winning this game. Seahawks have just been on a dominant trail. Like, their wide receiver corp is unmatched. JSN is having an insane year. He's progressed to such a level. Sam Darnold had a perfect first half and then regressed for one bad interception, but that didn't even matter at the end of it. Like, the man, like the last 2 games of last season, he has progressed significantly from that and beating the allegations. And they just traded for Rashid Shaheed. I mean, this team is stacked, man. They might have a real legitimate shot for the division. Hell, even the Rams too. All right, that game had me sold on them. So yeah, the Seahawks are going to beat the Cardinals. Even though Jacoby Brissett is doing a solid job and the defense is doing a solid job as well, but Seahawks are going to win this game because it's in Seattle. And then Rams versus Niners, which is a very important game. But then again, I have the Rams winning this game, but I still feel like the Niners are going to win the division because of that easy freaking schedule, and the Rams have some really tough opponents. That's just simply all. I mean, the 49ers, they have been getting injured left and right. Meanwhile, the Rams got Puka, they got Devontae Adams, and they're healthy. Matthew Stafford, even with a broken back from the reports, has been playing great. Probably his best season ever, to be honest. But so, taking the Rams with this. And then Lions versus Commanders. Man, I would have been so hyped if the Commanders didn't regress back to their old ways. But yeah, I really don't want to talk about this game. Lions are gonna win. Injuries freaking suck, man. Lions are gonna win this game. And then we got Steelers versus Chargers. Chargers are gonna win this game. I feel like Herbert's gonna have himself a game. It could be a really good, low-scoring game, but I just feel like the Chargers are gonna win this game. Now, could the defensive front be a problem because Joe Alt went down? Yes. But I just feel like the Steelers' offense is not going to get going. The Steelers' defense won that game for them last week. I don't feel like they'll put the same input next week against the Chargers. So I feel like the Chargers will have a better offensive performance than them. The Steelers' offense, I think, hasn't been really that good this year. So I have the Chargers winning. And then, the tush-push revenge game. I've been fiending for this one. I mean, I would be a little bit hyped if they didn't fucking lose to the Panthers. But then again, it's Monday Night Football in Lambeau Field. The reigning, defending Super Bowl champions, the Eagles. You would already be hyped for this game if all the shenanigans didn't happen in the offseason. But it did. And now we all know what's going to happen in this game. They are going to run the tush push every single play. It's going to happen. And it's going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious to watch. It's really going to be hilarious. And when you lose to the Panthers at home with those shitty-ass uniforms on, I don't think you will have a good shot against the Eagles. But then again, your defense has been rolling. Micah Parsons' acquisition is paying off, even though he's not been as notable. But The Packers defense can make this game interesting. It just depends on the Packers offense. If the Packers offense can get rolling, this could be a possible game of the year contender. But who even knows? So are the Eagles winning this game, coming off the bye week? So yeah, that's it. Bye.